After almost a week straight of testing, I finally have my first Galarian Stunfisk V deck, and unfortunately, it isn't as crazy as I thought it might be. However, this dude can still be a lot of fun, especially when you hit your Super Scoop Ups. Obviously, the deck is pretty straightforward. Galarian Stunfisk V gets more HP the more metal energy it has. And to boost that HP, you have the Magnetic Circuit Magnezone, which is rotating in a week. The basic game plan is that Magnezone can put as much energy from your hand onto the field as you want every single turn. So once you get Magnezone into play, you let your Stunfisk take a hit, you build up your Lucario Melmetal, you do whatever is necessary to reduce the amount of damage and get Stunfisk V as beefy as possible. And assuming you survive a hit, you super scoop it right back up, you reattach the energy, and it should all just work perfectly like that the entire game. You're never going to flip tails on Super Scoop Up. You only play 4. It's always going to go perfectly. Now, to talk a little bit about Galarian Stunfisk V, Trapping Bite does 60 damage, and if it gets hit during your opponent's next turn, you put 12 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. It's good, but I do wish it did 10 more damage with its attack to KO a Jirachi, but you can get around that with things like Vitality Band or Mew, or probably the best option is Galarian Zigzagoon. Today though, I just want to show off this thing. No bells and whistles, I will either win or lose with Stunfisk, and that's it. And if you're worried about my matchup against Centiskorch, don't be. I actually beat Centiskorch VMAX earlier today by using Full Metal Wall and Frying Pans and drawing perfectly and never missing a Super Scoop Up. That can happen again, right? And speak of the devil, this is going to be a welder deck, I think. I mean, I don't want to go first, but I also don't want to go second. I don't know. I think hopefully I'll lose the coin flip and it'll be in their hands. You know, the best way to tell which welder version you're playing against is if they go first, it's Centiskorch. Otherwise, oh geez. Well, I need a frying pan off this Crobat. It's as simple as that. Well, that is unfortunate. So I need to go get Zacian. Oh, I need Magnemite as well, though. Well, I guess I'm going to go for Magnemite, or I go for Zacian. I don't know. There's things I can do, and I don't really want to do them. So let's put Mount Coronet into play. Let's put the Crobat into play. There's a Giant Bomb. That could actually be really good. I'm definitely not using Dedenne. And I think I just attach the Giant Bomb and Zacian. Don't get any energy on it. Yeah. So the reason Giant Bomb is in the deck is because if you are weak to something like fire, they do 180 damage pretty easily, and then you put 10 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon, and that's really good. But I don't really think it would have come into play here. You know, if they're using Volcanion, they're not going to attack with Volcanion. That doesn't work. I think I sort of did it just in case it's like Baby Blacephalon or something. But that wouldn't take a knockout. So maybe Giant Bomb isn't the smartest thing turn 1. Probably should have saved it for the end of the game, but what are you going to do, right? But again, if it is Baby Blacephalon, they have a lot of energy in there. I can use Full Metal Wall, but the Frying Pans are going to be really important. You know, more or less, the game is going to be won or lost with Super Scoop Ups. And they passed and did nothing. Okay, so I think I put the Magnemite down. And, I mean, I can Zacian, or I can Jirachi. I think I need to Trapping Bite, right? Because if they attack me next turn with the Baby Blacephalon, I can knock it out with Galarian Stunfisk V. And what are they playing? Okay. Oh, it's Houndoom. What does Houndoom do? If you have any damage counters on them, oh well, they're excited to see this deck. Okay, so they need to do 3. I think that would be really good for them. So I'll probably ditch a Stunfisk, go and get a Jirachi. And then I just have a Jirachi. I don't know. I think I lose this one, right? Okay. They have Birdkeeper. I don't think they have it. I need to get some things. Or I can Trapping Bite. Let's Trapping Bite. You know, the whole point of this deck is attacking with Galarian Stunfisk V. Let's attack with Galarian Stunfisk V. And they have the Welder. So if they Welder 2 fire and then they retreat, that is bad. But I'm in a position where I can Jirachi into everything I need, and everything is perfect. They don't actually take the knockout unless they have somebody with a damage counter on it. So that would be interesting, because they only do 200 damage. Stunfisk V has 240 right now, and they would put damage counters on themselves. And I don't think there's anything they can do at this point, because they're just going to hit into me. And yeah, I'm weak to it, but they do 200. I have 240. That is awesome. And I have the Fishing Rod. I think I probably don't Super Scoop Up. Yeah, because that would just be a bad idea. Because if I Super Scoop Up, I can't attack unless the Jirachi gets me literally everything that I need. And I can't use Zacian V's Intrepid Sword because I don't have everything that I need. So it was just, I really had no other options. It was just Trapping Bite and hope. And that doesn't negate my effect. They'd have to boss his orders to negate my effect. And okay. You know, this could be like Baby Blacephalon or something, and things just aren't going well for him. But maybe I use Super Scoop Up now? I don't know. I'm not really seeing any energy. I'm not seeing supporters. I'm not seeing anything that I need. I haven't played a supporter. How many supporters did I have at the beginning of the game? I think I had 5 in my hand, right? I had 3 Cynthia and I think like 2 Marnie or something. And there's a Reshiram and Charizard. That's not good. But if they don't play a lot of recovery, then that's fine. So we're trading knockouts right now. I do have Zacian V at my disposal if I need it. And I have Mount Coronet. So if they come up with like Victini V, I can just knock it out with Zacian and then tank with a Stunfisk V DAA. Okay, they didn't. Okay, so I can just Marnie right away and then hope I get what I need. Man, this hand is horrible. Okay, so I'll do that. And then I just Marnie them real quick. And I just need Rare Candy Magnezone. And okay, well, I got half the thing. So I just need a Rare Candy and I can make some things work. Here we go. Let's do it. Let's do this. Okay, here we go. Rare Candy Magnezone. I can get the energy back with Mount Coronet. Mount Coronet is amazing. I will have 3 energy on this thing, so it's going to have effectively 290 and no weakness. And this is definitely one of my favorite things about Frying Pan, and one of the unfortunate things is that Frying Pan is rotating, so Metal Pokemon will start having weaknesses again, and that is unfortunate. But my Galarian Stunfisk V has no weakness, it has 260 hit points, and if they touch it with anything, I put 120 damage on it. And okay, so they're kind of setting up for some Houndoom plays at the end of this game, but as long as I see my Super Scoop Ups, I should be okay. They're just going to Spreading Flames. Okay. And, oh, they're going to tank with ReshiZard at the end of this game. So they have the Double Blaze available to them. That'll be annoying. I have to continue using Trapping Bite. That is also annoying. And I finally see supporters and nothing else. Alright, there's not really... I mean, how... Oh man, it would be really difficult if they knocked out the Magnemite. So I think Okay, I can't take the knockout here. So I think I just put 4 on there and go for it. So this will be an interesting thing, because Double Blaze GX with 6 energy, this attack's damage isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So I'm guessing it would go through the Frying Pan and it would go through Metal Skin. So I think building up a Stunfisk V further isn't the greatest idea. But I know they can't knock it out unless they have a Tool Scrapper. So that's fine for me. And it's really weird that they aren't using Houndoom, but I guess it only maxes out at 200 damage anyway. And that's just unfortunate. You know, Houndoom V, you're not good enough, bud. Sorry. And 210. So even if they bump, 10 damage. That's unfortunate. So I think I go for the Super Scoop Up play, right? And I hit it. So that's amazing. That's why Super Scoop Up is so good. You know, just imagine someone telling you, oh yeah, I'm playing Galarian Stunfisk V, and I faced ReshiZard. Oh, how'd you do? Oh, you know, kind of took the win there. So this 240, I think it's fine to put the energy on the Zacian just to have it prepared. Do that. Okay, and then I Stellar Wish. Do I get a rare candy? I get another Frying Pan. Quick Ball, Frying Pan. I think I just want the Quick Ball so I can get another Stunfisk V. I don't play any Magneton. No Magneton, just Magnemite, Magnezone, and that's it. And obviously rare candy. So maybe the Zacian V is a target, but I don't think they got it like that. And so if they hit into me with the ReshiZard, that's game. There's no way they can recover from that. So if they attack me with a ReshiZard, I do 230, they can't recover, that is game. Unless they bosses the Zacian. There's a reset stamp, that doesn't matter. I have game literally on board. Didn't matter who they attacked with. And that's interesting. So they're going to Welder. Doesn't, you know, if you use Double Blaze, that's awesome. Unfortunately, they're not going to do it. So actually, I don't have game now because they didn't take a knockout. So this is kind of funny. I don't have game because Galarian Stunfisk V has a 4 retreat cost. It's a big boy. And I can't retreat. I don't have any energy. I don't have any energy in the discard to use with Coronet. I just don't have anything, so I'm going to have to use Trapping Bite again. And yeah, that's kind of hilarious. Yep, so just Trapping Bite one more time. If you hit into me, it's still game. So this could actually go downhill if they just have a boss's orders and they bosses my Zacian. I don't think there's anything I could do. They would have to attack with that one, but that would be... Oh no, they'd be short. No, they have the... No, they'd still be short. They're using Flare Starter. Okay. So they're definitely trying to win. I applaud them for that. They've toughed it out this long. They're going for the win. There's a Metal Energy. So I think I probably just attach it. Why not? And I'm still just the bosses away from winning. It's that simple. Just give me your bosses. That reset stamp really hurt. Okay, so the Volcanian's going down. And there's a rare candy. So this is definitely one of the weaknesses of Stunfisk V is it doesn't hit very hard and you can't really do a whole lot, but they're not really doing a whole lot either. And if you're wondering, you know, like, well, obviously the Stunfisk V is winning. This isn't a tier 1 deck. Well, Stunfisk V is not a tier 1 deck either. This is... I mean, look at this thing. That's not tier 1. And, you know, I'm facing ReshiZard. They got the Volcanion. They have Dedennes. Okay. Well, this is a loss right here. Okay, so the only way that I win this is they're using Flare Strike. I'm going to have to Full Metal Wall. That's the only way I win is if I Full Metal Wall. And they just don't have anything. So things have gone... Alright, Jirachi, you're going to have to bail me out of this. Okay, that is good. So I'm going to Full Metal Wall. I'm going to get rid of all their energy. I'm assuming they're out of crystals and everything. I have to assume... I do have Lucario Melmetal. Need to get 2 energy. Super duper stressful. And since I'm not doing an attack, I should be okay. Okay, so Full Metal Wall. They can't use their GX. I think they're out of Welder, I think they're out of Crystal, and this is the reason why the deck can do well. You know, it's the reason Lucario Melmetal with Zacian is something that you might see at the Atlas Championships this weekend. But they're down 3 Welder, they're down 3 Crystal. They have 12 energy in the discard. I don't think they can come back from that. And they're going for the back one, so if they have a switch, they have it. They don't have it there, so I think we're just in a situation where if they switch, they win. And if not, then I'll just retreat, attack with Galarian Stunfisk, and we'll go to overtime. Alternatively, that was a bad idea. I was thinking I could attack with a Magnezone. So I'm gonna attack with this guy. I did that wrong. I should have attacked with Magnezone or something. This is a crazy ending. But yeah, if I attack with Magnezone, they're only taking 1 prize, and if they don't have switch bosses, then it's game. And that is a big old well played. And they were that close. The full metal wall came in clutch. Give him the well played. Hit him with Trapping Bite. Thank you for sticking around. That was a great game. I beat ReshiZard. Oh man, Galarian Stunfisk V is a lot of fun, but I mean, those frying pans, that full metal wall, everything went well. I did 1100 damage. Wow. And they got their clutch bosses on that Zacian. You know, if I'd just been able to put a frying pan on that Zacian, you know, I hesitated because I didn't want to, you know, get it knocked down by a tool scrapper, but of course they hit their 2 bosses. Okay. And yeah, let's go to game 2, and hopefully it's not as stressful. And I'm facing off against G.I. Joe, and what you won't see is a matchup against Decidueye. I know it would have been slightly interesting to show you just the interactions between Decidueye and Stunfisk, but unfortunately I had just the worst starting hand. I didn't want to bore you with, you know, a really long game where nothing happens. And this is interesting to say the least. I can do everything, I just might lose a Super Scoop Up in the process. You know, if I could top deck a Zacian, that would be absolutely perfect. But yeah, the Decidueye, I have faced Decidueye once with this deck, and I actually won. Okay, I see what's going on. But yeah, I won the game. It's kind of boring because Stunfisk V resists it by 30, and then if you use Full Metal Wall and the Metal Frying Pan, then you're taking 90 less damage, and Decidueye does 90 damage. And if Decidueye doesn't attack you, they don't get hurt. So what happens there is Trapping Bite, the 60 damage doesn't go. So basically what happens, the 60 damage does not hit the Decidueye. It blocks that. But if they hit you, then they take 120 damage. So it's just an interesting interaction there. And unfortunately they didn't start ADP, so I can't Full Metal Wall. But what I can do is Full Metal Wall the turn after they use Altered Creation. And if I play my Super Scoop Ups correctly, I can definitely win this one. It's just a matter of, you know, do my Super Scoop Ups work for me? And they get the turn 1 Altered Creation. I've still never done it. My opponents have done it. I had an opponent who did it turn 1 going first, so obviously they couldn't do it. Don't tell me you're going to order pad for Crushing Hammer and Crushing Hammer. They're going to order pad for Crushing Hammer. I know it. They're not going to go for Metal Saucer. They're going to go for the saucy play. Okay, they went for a Quick Ball. But yeah, I literally had someone get just everything turn 1 going first. They had an Altered Creation. Obviously they went first, so they couldn't do it. And then they could have used Ultimate Ray the following turn. It was crazy. I have still never done it, even though I'm playing the... Oh man. They had to go and play Marnie. Okay, well, I'm not too hurt there. That's a Tails. So, I mean, I do get to keep my Super Scoop Up, and I do get to Full Metal Wall them. So that's not the worst thing in the world. And they're definitely going to be a turn behind. They're down to Metal Saucer. I don't know. This is going to be a bit interesting. I mean, I can put the Escape Board on the Magnemite, but I don't think that's going to really matter. So we're both going to use our GXs. That's going to be fun. This hand is horrible. Okay, so if I Full Metal Wall, then they definitely can't do anything. They would need they would need 2 Metal Saucer and an attachment. And they can't even knock out Lucario Melmetal next turn. So that's fine, because the 30 damage, it negates itself, so they're doing 230. They can't knock out Lucario Melmetal. That's totally fine. Something kind of interesting, though, is that because of the Full Metal Wall, if they attacked with ADP, Giant Bomb does not activate because they're doing 150. So that's kind of a fun interaction right there. And I would have to take a wild guess and say they're about to Dedenne their hand or research their hand, because you don't get a second ADP and put it on the bench. So what I wanted to say is I've always thought that Galarian Stunfisk V would be better in Expanded, where you have access to Max Elixir, Turbo Patch, Metal Saucer, Bronzong, tool cards like Life Dew. It easily beats Ultra Necrozma in theory. And, maybe when okay, so they're digging for their saucers. Because I'm going to be doing Mad Party and Expanded, so maybe when I do Mad Party and Expanded, I also do something like Galarian Stunfisk and Expanded. I don't know. Let me know if you want to see that. I kind of want to do it. I kind of don't. I don't know how much time I'll have. It really depends how many decks I do from the Atlas Championships. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. Well, those big charms are going to get real annoying, and so I can use Steel Fist. There's Mount Coronet. I don't think I want to put that down right now. I do want to put the Giant Bomb into play, though. Right? Because they're probably going to switch, and I can honestly just deck them out. Because they've used a ton of supporters, I can just deck them out. So I want to Giant Bomb, Marnie. There's Stunfisk, there's Crobat. So, I mean, how many bosses are they? I think they're down 2 bosses. But down 1 bosses. Well, how dangerous would it be to put Stunfisk into play right now? You know what? I'm putting it down. I'm going to probably just Steel Fist, or I could... I don't know. I'm just going to Steel Fist and see what happens. Because they would need... What they need right now is bosses, Switch, Energy to do anything. And they'd probably go after Magnemite, but that's quite the combo that they'd need. And they could also go after the Stunfisk. Maybe it was a bad idea putting the Stunfisk into play, but... Okay, so there's one piece of the combo. They also need Switch and bosses. They're going to Intrepid Sword. That is the worst idea. They're going to deck out. I'm going for the deck out. 100% I'm getting them to deck out here. Okay, so I still don't have any energy in there. I'm just going to... Yeah, I'll do that. I really need some draws to work out for me here, though. There's some draws. So what I can do is I can Super Scoop Up the Lucario Melmetal. Hopefully. Okay. So I have a Stunfisk V with a ton of hit points. Okay, I think I'm done there. I think I put the... Ditch the Lucario Melmetal. Maybe I should have ditched something else, but I'll put the Stunfisk V down. So I have 2 Stunfisk V that they cannot knock out. And I will Magnetic Circuit to that one because they both have 240. They have big charms, so they're not putting Vitality Band. So I just have to survive for 6 more turns and I win. And they can't get this ADP out of the active unless they use a card. So, even if they use Marnie to buy themselves another turn, that's fine. Go after the Magnezone. I don't care. What did that do? Okay, but you're still not taking a knockout. And you can't use Brave Blade 2 turns in a row. I think they just lost the game. Like, I know what they did was kind of smart, but I think they just lost. So I'll put the Frying Pan on this one. I think I just build up that one as much as possible. Well, actually, just in case they have, like, something spicy, like a Zigzagoon, I don't want to take the chance. So I will Trapping Bite. And yeah, I just have to survive a couple more turns and I win. Because they can't Brave Blade 2 turns in a row, so they need another switch. They're down 2 Switch. They're down Energy Switch. They're down a lot. I think I'm just going to beat ADP by decking them out. You know, yes, they had a horrible start. What is this going to do? Do you have the Switch or something? Because Zacian V also, it has a 3 metal attack cost. And it's going to Trouble Sword, so I think that's well played, right? Because... Okay, there's Crobat. I just don't bench anything else and I'm totally fine. And I actually might want to put the Escape Board into play. So there's Super Scoop Up. And I can Super Scoop this one up. Let's see if I can do it. No, okay, so I'll just Trapping Bite. But the way that this game is going to end is they have to knock out all 3 of these to win. And I don't think they're going to have enough time to do that. You know, if they play Marnie, they buy themselves, what, 2 more turns? They still need another energy. So I think I win against ADP Zacian by deck out with Galarian Stunfisk. They're going to take a knockout. They have to play Marnie, and that's game. So that is amazing. That is the stall potential of this deck, is that, you know, if your opponent goes too crazy too early, then you can just win. So I think I'm definitely going to end with this victory, because when are you ever going to see Galarian Stunfisk V beat ADP Zacian through deck out? Never, right? And I mean, even if the game went longer, I probably would have won. You know, I could have used Zacian at some point. But I think that's crazy. Just, you have the best deck, well, one of the best decks in the format. It has a Zamazenta V to stop VMAXs. I don't care about that. It has just so many amazing cards in it. It has all the Metal Saucers. They got the Rainbow Rare Granny and the Full Art Granny. They just have the blinged out deck. They have one of the best decks, and I come in here with a freaking Galarian Stunfisk V, and I beat them. And it's by deck out, no less. Obviously, if you take Galarian Stunfisk V online, you're not going to have that luck every single game like I did. It is never going to go that well for you. You're not going to deck out ADP Zacian every game. It's actually going to be really sketchy against ADP Zacian. But like with most matchups, if you hit your Super Scoop Ups, like if I hadn't scooped up that Lucario Melmetal, the game would have been a lot worse, because they would have just been a tag team knockout and a Magnezone knockout just from winning. So Super Scoop Up is absolutely huge. Metal Skin can be great. You know, I don't think I've ever had more than about 4 energy on this thing at a time, but even then that's enough when you combo it with Metal Frying Pan and Full Metal Wall. I do think it showed some of its weaknesses in the fact that Trapping Bite, again, only does 60, and you have to get hit to put 12 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. So if they boss's orders around it, then it's useless and you're only doing 60 damage, and that's really not great. But if you can outlast your opponent long enough, Galarian Stunfisk V is a lot of fun. I'll of course leave the list in the description as always. If you take it online, let me know how you do. If you make some changes that make it better, let me know. Other than that, I will sign off. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time.